There's a new breed of investigator
Let's go.
whose mission is to solve the world's most enduring crimes and mysteries. On this case, the Borgias were the most powerful and feared family of the Italian Renaissance.
The Borgias have gone down in history as the world's first organized crime family.
But was the #1 hitman their manipulative daughter, Lukrecja?
Lukrecja in life was a deceiver.
Did you poison men?
She's taking advantage of you.
We don't know that she deceived anybody. That's what I'm getting at.
Is Lukrecja Borgia at this castle?
Oh my God.
The opportunity to find the answer is something the team can't refuse.
That did not just happen.
They are Austin, the point man, Greg, the antagonizer, Hector, the tech guru, Adam, the brain, and Molly, the role player. On Killer Contact.
All right, guys, we're here in Ferrara, Italy, because there were 3 separate people that had paranormal activity happen to them at Castello Estense. These witnesses sounded terrified. Now, what's interesting about Castello Estense, where everyone had these paranormal experiences, is that it once belonged to Lukrecja Borgia, who some locals believe to be one of the most manipulative and evil women in Italian history. She was also the daughter of one of the most feared families during the 16th century. The Borgias have gone down in history as the world's first organized crime family, and Lukrecja herself sort of gone down in history as a femme fatale. There are a lot of rumors that Lukrecja was using her beauty and her sexual allure to bring men places and poison them.
What did she use to poison people?
It's alleged that Lukrecja herself was very fond of using arsenic. With many believed to have been murdered by Lukrecja, it's very possible that her victims could be behind the paranormal activity at Castello Estense and could help us uncover the truth about the rumors connected to Lukrecja Borgia. Right now, actually, there are a lot of historians trying to clear her name. Well, I think that's our mission, to find out if Lukrecja actually murdered people or if she's innocent and has been unfairly accused based on her last name. With any luck, we'll be able to finally answer that question tonight. Hector, I kind of want you to concentrate on the arsenic.
I'm positive I can find something to put together to maybe detect if there is arsenic still in the castle.
Well, why don't you break off right now and meet us at the castle at nightfall, okay?
Sounds good.
You guys meet up with an expert, someone that knows everything about the Borgias, but also especially Lukrecja. And you and I have a couple different interviews with the witnesses. Good luck, guys. Thank you. So I found this historian locally here named Barbara who knows quite a bit about the Borgia family. Hi, you must be Barbara.
Yes, I'm Barbara.
I'm Adam.
And nice to
Pleasure
meet you.
Greg. This is Greg.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Greg.
meet you.
So, Barbara, we've come here to Ferrara because we've heard a lot of rumors about Lukrecja Borgia. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
It was 500 years ago that Lukrecja had been living in Ferrara. She came from the Borgia family known for very horrible and gruesome murders.
Barbara explained that from 1492 to 1503, Lucrezia's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who reigned as pope, and her brother, Cesare, would have anyone who threatened their power and status murdered.
Lucrecja was considered the person who killed a lot of enemies of the Borgias. She was the most famous Renaissance villain. The dungeons were bursting of high-ranking person. Lucrecja could decide the life or death of the person imprisoned inside the dungeons. And she had a lot of lovers. Some of her lovers were killed by poison.
Barbara also told us that Lucrecja was engaged and married several times, always to a man who could increase the power of the Borgia family. Once the Borgias got what they needed, the men would often turn up dead.
So they were all at her mercy.
Was there a certain place she liked to poison them?
We know about the sacred rooms called the Chambers of Poison. It was this private room inside the castle.
Would you describe Lukrecja as an evil person?
I think yes, but we had only the rumors. We haven't got the facts.
I think we know what we need to go after here. Thank you very much again. It was a pleasure.
Molly and I are meeting with witnesses who had strange experiences at Castello Estense, and the first is Erica Hedrick.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
I was in the castle trying to get pictures, and when I was upstairs, I felt nausea. And it was strange, so I left the room. I felt better, but when I came back in the room, I felt nauseous.
Was that the only experience you had? Or?
No, when I was in the large dungeon, I was there on my own for about 10 minutes. And about a minute after I walked in, I started to feel an intense pressure from the crown of my head and down. And after a few more minutes, I started to see light flashes behind my eyes.
Do you think that there's any way that this could have been Lukrecji Borgia?
Absolutely.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us. Tell us about your experience that you had.
We were visiting the castle and we were in the large dungeon. And my buddy asked a question. He goes, hey, if there's any spirits here, respond to us. Let us know you're here or something. And then about 3 seconds later, I hear this tapping sound against the wall, which is only about 2 feet away from my face. 5 successive taps against the wall, which was really crazy because we're in a stone dungeon. I mean, this place has got walls thicker than you could possibly imagine. We then exited out of the dungeon, walked around to the other side, and there was nobody there.
Okay.
Now that we've gathered enough information for our case, we're meeting back up at the Castello Estense, where Lukrecji Borgia might have murdered countless men. We need to discuss our research and plan for our investigation tonight.
So guys, what did we find out? Well, Greg and I met with a local historian named Barbara. Barbara indicates that Lucrezia became the classic femme fatale.
Lukrecja was thought to have a ring with a secret compartment, and she would simply turn back her hand, unleash the poison into a glass, and her enemy would drink it. What would happen to your body after you drank this poison over the course of 3 days? It would wreck your mind, it would destroy your insides, and change the color of your skin. It would literally eat you apart. Another thing Barbara told us about was the Chamber of Poisons. It was a dining room. It was where she would have more privacy to slip her poison into people's drinks, and no one would know.
So what do you have in store for us, Hector?
Well, I was able to piece together a kit that will actually allow us to detect any arsenic in the environment.
That does make sense. Knowing how porous brick is and stone, there is a possibility that there could be some remnants of that stuff.
Yeah, and those results will help reveal Lucrezia's innocence or her guilt.
When we asked Barbara, would you consider Lukrecja evil? She said yes. But there are others who say no.
As we all know, there's a lot of mystery about this woman, which is what brings us here to this castle.
If Lukrecja is here, we could be facing a spirit that might try to trick us into thinking that she's a kind spirit, when in reality, she's not.
Exactly. Well, guys, we've got to get started, so...
Greg, you and Molly go investigate the Chamber of Poison. Adam and Hector start off by collecting samples for the arsenic test.
I'm gonna go alone, just to see if we can stir anything up. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. I feel like this might not be a bad spot to do our little experiment, see if we can find any traces of arsenic.
Good idea. Adam and I are collecting samples from the lower dungeon. Using a simple test, I'll be able to detect any traces of arsenic existing within the samples. We have enough samples to bring up some kind of results.
Yeah, I think so.
The results will get us one step closer to determine if Lukrecja was responsible for poisoning her victims using arsenic.
All right, let's go. What was that? I just saw something. Lukrecja, are you here with us?
Oh my God.
It was planning, it was scheming.
Show us you still have power in the afterlife.
All Let's go. What was that? I just saw something. This light was broken by definitely someone walking across my field of vision.
Okay.
A shadow walking that way. Hector and I were leaving the dungeon after gathering samples to test for arsenic when I saw a shadow move in front of me. I'm feeling something here.
Me too.
Let's set up a camera and a laser grid in this hallway to see if we can catch what was just here.
Agreed.
If anything moves in front of the laser grid and breaks the points of light, the camera will capture it. There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's definitely some activity happening down here. So we're gonna leave the cameras rolling and are heading back to the dungeon to see if we can make contact with any of Lukreția's possible victims.
That's a creepy sound.
That is creepy. Down here, people have reported hearing tapping sounds and having strange feelings. Who knows how many people actually died right in this room? Some of them could have been poisoned even.
I'm just left here to rot. Were you wrongfully tortured?
Who did we see walking the hall earlier?
Were you trying to lure us in here? Si può fare un rumore. Are you hearing something?
Yeah. I think you should ask that question again.
Si può fare un rumore.
Were you a prisoner? What was that? I want to go check that out. Come with me. Come on, we gotta go. Someone walking down those stairs?
Dude, that's exactly what I heard. Someone on the stairs.
I know, but there's no one here. What? Yeah.
This dungeon has been pretty active so far, and we've barely started our investigation. Hopefully, whoever is down here will continue to interact with us.
So this is the Chamber of Poisons, which was essentially a fake dining room. Lukrecja would bring people in here, pretend it's the real dining room, but the reason she would bring people here is because she'd have a lot of privacy. And if she were to slip poison into someone's drink, she could get away with it very easily. We are going to do a recreation. Essentially, you're going to be playing the part of Lukrecja, and I'm going to be one of your enemies who you're going to trick, and you're going to poison me. The point of all this is to stir up any activity in that room towards anyone who might have experienced something like that. Okay, this is Greg and Molly having a date, I guess.
Date night. Come in.
Lukrecja, it is I, Gregorio. Molly invited me in. She poured me a glass of wine.
Did you see the new part of the walkway that my father's built?
She distracted me and told me to look out the window, and I did. And as she did that, she took out the secret compartment of her ring and poured the poison into my glass of wine. And this is something that Lukrecja might have done at the time if she wanted to kill one of her enemies. To future prosperity between our families. The hope is that the spirits that would be in there would react to the events that might have actually happened in that room.
Is this what used to happen here? Did Lukrecja poison people?
Stay right there. Don't move, because it's getting really cold. It's getting colder. Do you hear whispering? No. I don't know. It sounds like it's coming from out of this doorway. It sounded like a voice, or... I feel like something's in here.
Lukrecja.
Hold on. Just stay right here. Because I think... Holy...
We're here because we want the truth. I just felt a tap on my shoulder.
I have this sharp pain in my head right now.
Okay, this is creeping me out. I feel like something's in here.
Lukrecja.
Hold on. Just stay right here. Because I think... Holy... No, that did not just happen. That did not just happen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on, hold on. I swear I saw something move from the right into the room where we were just reenacting. Greg and I were role-playing in the Chamber of Poison, trying to get a reaction from Lukrecja or one of her possible victims. Then I saw what I thought was a person move from right to left into the next room. But there was no one there.
How does this room feel?
It feels still.
It feels a little different.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little lightheadedness
Yeah.
in my head from this room.
It was swaying a little bit there.
Were you one of Lukreczia's victims, and are you in the Chamber of Poisons? If there's anyone here who can tell me the truth about Lukrecja, do it. It felt like we were on the trail of something.
Lukrecja, are you in here?
We were hearing random little noises, and it seemed like the activity was just kind of steadily happening. Are you trying to communicate with us, Lukrecja? Were you a cold-blooded killer like your father Rodrigo and your brother Cesare?
Let's be honest, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right?
That's right. Your father, your brother, your whole family, the world still knows today as being evil. And the world knows you as evil too. Did you poison anyone who would threaten your family's status? I can really feel something. It's like, oh wow, ow. I have this sharp pain in my head right now, hold on. I just feel this stabbing pain in my head. And this happened as I was talking about the Borgia family. Wait a second. This is something that one of the witnesses reported as having happened to them.
I started to feel an intense pressure from the crown of my head. I see light flashes behind my eyes.
I see like really lightheaded all of a sudden, and it's like I felt like I was moving.
Did you feel like you're swaying or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to move. I want to see if I'm moving.
This is really strange, but like I can't get your face in focus. You're just a blur.
I'm not moving?
Okay, this is creeping me out. I can't get your face in focus.
Zoom in and zoom out.
I zoomed in and out like 4 times. Your face is like vibrating on the screen.
That's what I feel like.
Lukrecja, is that you? Are you going after Greg now? He would look over at the camera and it would just be like, almost like it wasn't his face. It was just not contorted, but it just didn't look like him. What in the world? There's a possibility that Greg's headache and the camera not focusing was being caused by some negative presence in the room.
Lukrecja, we're here because we want the truth about your life. Hector and I are still investigating in the dungeon. We first tried to contact possible victims of Lukrecja who might have died down here. Now we want to see if we can make contact with Lukrecja herself. Were you a murderer?
Lukrecja, did you send people to this dungeon to die?
Even in death, you are still alluring men towards you. Now is not the time to act shy. Did you not feel the temperature change at all?
Man, I'm feeling that cold now.
Yeah, right.
Over here. My hand's tingling.
Yeah. Lukrecja, is that you?
Did you murder men who you believe to be a threat to your family's power?
I'm not gonna move. Whatever is here, if it's trying to contact me or wow. My entire body is tingling.
Did you manipulate your rivals into thinking they were your friends and then poison them? Or are you innocent?
I'm just kidding. Wow. Oh, wow. You can do that. I know you can do more. I just felt a tap on my shoulder. Right here.
It is freaking freezing in here. No, I didn't do that. I did not touch that.
My back is extremely cold. My entire body is tingling. I just felt a tap on my shoulder. Right here. Hector and I were investigating in the dungeon, trying to reach Lukrecji Borgia, when I felt something tap me on my collarbone. I'll show you what it felt like. It was like somebody went, like one finger like that, on my collarbone. Perhaps the tap was Lukrecja trying to tell her side of the story. History may have been wrong about her, but we won't know until we go through our evidence and see if we caught anything on our recorders to give us a lead. Austin, this is Adam. What's up?
We think we might have been contacted by Lukrecja, but we're not sure.
That's interesting. I'm actually hearing the same thing from Greg and Molly. Let's meet up.
We'll see you there in a second.
Cool, man. Sounds good. See you in a bit. All right, guys. What do we find?
I'm just outside of the poison chamber. I started to talk to the family about their secrets and the fact that Lukrecja is still considered evil. And as soon as I said that, I got a sharp pain in my head.
Wow.
Molly takes the camera and gets up and starts to film me. And what you'll see is that I'm just shaking.
You're just a blur.
I'm not moving?
Okay, this is creeping me out.
Weird. That is weird.
Literally what I felt like was I was going like this, but I wasn't.
One of the symptoms of arsenic poisoning is tremors.
That could mean that we do have a link to Lukrecja here.
Absolutely.
There are some bizarre audio things I'd like to share with you guys.
One more time.
So what do you guys think?
I definitely hear the whisper.
Yeah.
I think if you listen carefully, it's a clear male voice. And I think at the very end, you could hear a distinct
It sounds like someone is trying to tell us something, but he can't.
Right. So what exactly happened to you guys while this was going on?
Hector and I brought up Lukrecja, and a few moments after I did that, I got a tap right here like that on my shoulder.
Wow.
It's definitely something in there, and it was definitely trying to get through you, I think.
All right, guys, so it sounds like we have some sort of link to Lukrecja. It sounds like we have some link to a male. We really need to find out who this male voice is and what he's trying to tell us about Lukrecja. Since we don't really have any evidence that needs our experts' help, we need to do as much research as humanly possible so that we can get back here and do another investigation.
Yeah.
And Hector, you should test those samples for arsenic. Let's get this done, all right? Come on.
Adam and I were able to collect some samples from the dungeon, and now we're going to test for arsenic in these samples. If we're able to find some positive results that could actually corroborate that she had, in fact, used arsenic to poison her enemies. If we would have had some actual arsenic, we would have a purple haze instead of this yellowish haze here. I'm gonna have to say that these results are negative. Even though the samples didn't show arsenic, Greg and one of the witnesses did experience symptoms of arsenic poisoning. I'd have to say, the mystery is still most definitely alive.
After a long day of gathering more information, I'm rallying the team to meet back up at the Castello Estense so we can move forward into our investigation of Lukrecja Borgia.
What do we have here?
These are balloons, helium-filled. Basically, the theory is when barometric pressure drops, a paranormal event is about to occur. Keep an eye on the balloons. If they start dropping, could be an EVP about to manifest, could be something else.
So the balloon is a precursor to paranormal events?
That's right.
Well, let's talk about where we're going to investigate tonight.
Barbara, our expert, had also mentioned that the Roman Catholic Church was very prominent in Lucrezia's life. So I think one area we should definitely investigate is the chapel.
Wow, okay.
Now, we captured that male voice last night in the dungeon, so we need to find out who that is and if he can tell us anything about Lukrecja.
All right, guys, again, the mission here is to find out if Lukrecja Borgia committed murder,
or she's innocent and has been unfairly accused based on her last name.
And remember, be on guard. We don't know what we're up against.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's do it.
There it is. All right.
Right now, we're actually in the larger of the two bottom dungeons.
This is where Adam and Hector had their experience, right?
Exactly, just last night. I just felt a tap on my shoulder, right here. So hopefully we'll get a lot of activity in here tonight. The voice that Adam and Hector heard last night may very well be one of Lucrezia's victims. Now, if that's the case, maybe we can get, a final answer from them about Lukrezia's past. My name's Austin. This is Molly.
Are you one of Lukrezia's victims? Were you poisoned by her and left to rot in these dungeons?
Let us know that you're here right now.
Were you the male voice that we heard last night? Were you trying to tell us something?
What's wrong?
It's getting really cold. Do you feel that or no?
Who? Felt it right here.
Yeah, I'd say there's definitely something here with us. Did you know Lukrecja Borgia? Maybe Lukrecja isn't allowing them to speak.
Is there a female in here or close to us right now?
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
It is freaking freezing in here. Hold on. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think it's Lukrecja. I could be wrong.
Is the person in this room Lukrecja Borgia?
Lukrecja, show us you still have power in the afterlife.
It is freaking freezing in here. Hold on. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think it's Lukrecja. I could be wrong. Austin and I are in the dungeon to find out if Lukrecja Borgia was a cold-blooded murderer or if she was innocent.
Is the person in the room right now Lukrecja Borgia?
That's a yes. That jumped up to like a... What? No, I didn't do that. I did not touch that. I did not touch that. Our tri-field meter is going crazy, and now my camera shuts off. And all this is happening right after we get an answer that it's Lukrecja Borgia in the room.
keep turning off our equipment. Are you messing with us right now?
Oh, look at that.
Wait, did you just move? Are you over here now?
Lukrecja, did you kill men who threaten your family's power?
Come on. It could totally just be messing with us. Are you still here?
Do you think Lukrecja left?
Lukrecja Borgia was toying with us this entire time. But the second we started asking the hard questions, she goes completely silent. It seems like she's still not willing to forsake her family name. Let's go.
In the 16th century, the Borgias really weren't so much into religion as they were into power. At this time in Italy, there were a lot of these families that were warring for power.
Mm-hmm.
Lukrecja, if you are here,
Did you come here to pray for protection and to ensure that your family stayed in power?
we only wish that you share the truth with us. Maybe instead of kneeling with you in prayer, I should be offering myself to you.
Lukrecja, you had all the power when you were alive. Show us you still have power in the afterlife. Huh. What is it?
I just got touched. Something poked me. It was light. It was hey, I'm here. Wow, it feels really warm up here right now. I started feeling very, very peaceful. I feel like she was purposefully filling me with this serene feeling to sort of finally absolve herself of the horrible sins that have been attributed to her over the ages.
Tell us the truth behind the accusations made upon you. Whoa.
What's up?
There was a white figure right in this doorway here. It was plain as day. Now it's like really dark there now.
We need to talk to Austin about this.
Adam to Austin. Austin, go ahead. Hey, Hector and I just had a very significant experience up in the chapel here. I think we need to regroup.
That's great, man. Let's get the team together upstairs.
We will meet you there.
I have no explanation for it, but it did not feel malevolent at all.
Hey. So tell us what happened, guys.
I got touched again while I was laying on the altar in there. While I was touched, felt peaceful and this like serene sense came over me.
Basically, at that point, I saw what I can only describe as a light anomaly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, you didn't have any sort of visual on this at all.
We had no visual recording device on it.
Do you think Lukrecja might have had something to do with it?
I guess I would say she was embracing me and showing the both of us that she wasn't responsible for these murders. She wasn't what she's been made out to be for so long.
What I've been saying and cautioning from the first day is to be careful, because Lukrecja in life was a deceiver. And I worry that she's taking advantage of you.
If she wanted to deceive us, I believe it would have ended differently.
What happened in there was something very, very significant. We were both touched very deeply, even emotionally, and the notion that that was something with us, I honestly take offense by.
That's the thing, Adam, is in her life, the people she deceived were men. We all knew coming into this who the targets were going to be, and that was going to be us.
But we don't know that. That's what I'm getting at. We don't know that she deceived anybody.
What I can tell you is that what I experienced here last night, looking down this hall, was tricking us.
I swear I saw something move into the room. Lukrecja, is that you?
It was planning, it was scheming. And I know that we want to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not willing to do that just yet.
Well, why don't we do this then? Greg and Molly, you go into the chapel. You're not really believing what they saw as peaceful. Go see it for yourself. I'll go down into the dungeon, and Adam and Hector can investigate on this floor.
Yeah, okay, for sure. All right, guys, let's do it. Okay.
I am excited to get in this place. It's weird how quick they were to just be like, whatever's in here is holy, wasn't it?
One of them pot over here, one on the altar.
This
We
needs
got
to-
the two balloons.
Okay, now the room is settled. We're all set up. What I think we should do first is we should start by doing what Adam and Hector did. Talk to Lukrecja and be very peaceful.
Okay.
Good, lay down.
Lukrecja, our friends Adam and Hector said that you put peace in their hearts.
Lukrecja, can you put that peace in our hearts?
I don't see how they could feel peaceful in here. Just feel really uncomfortable in here. I think Lukrecja has been following us and watching us. I feel really bad that your legacy is one of...
Shh, wait. I heard something.
Lukrecja, is that you?
She's in here with us. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I think Lukrecja has been following us and watching us. I feel really bad that your legacy is one of...
Shh, wait. I heard something.
I heard that too.
What did you hear?
Like humming?
Yeah, I'm hearing humming, yeah. Molly and I were in the chapel trying to reach Lukrecji Borgia to find out if she was as evil and manipulative as history has reported, when suddenly we heard a loud noise. Someone's in here, Molly. Yeah, I heard it.
Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
Lukrecja, is that you that's messing with us?
We're getting somewhere because this room feels way different than when we first walked in here.
Yeah, it does.
How does it feel to know that you've gone down in history as one of the most evil women ever? Whoa.
Did it just get cold in here?
Oh, yeah. I got a cold spot right in my face.
Gosh.
There's a lot of weird energy in this room, and I could see it. It looks like there's like some sort of light on your face.
What light?
There's something strange going on by where you are, so I'm gonna take a step back. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What? What?
I just saw a figure move right here.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Show yourself again, I saw you.
Did you do that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No, I didn't do that.
You heard the...
Yeah. She's in here with us. I don't agree with Adam and Hector after our experience in this room. Do you?
Mm-mm.
Hey, Austin, it's Greg. Molly and I had a totally different experience from Adam and Hector. I actually think that Lukrecja is manipulating us.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's regroup and talk about it.
Hey, hey.
All right, so we were here another night, and we all can agree that we experienced paranormal activity at this castle, but it appears it's causing conflicting views. So Greg and Molly, you had a different experience to Adam and Hector?
We did.
You did?
Yeah, I think Lukrecja is manipulating us.
No way. I disagree. I thought she felt very welcoming.
I think we have our opinions.
I've actually never seen this before. We've been on plenty of investigations together, and right now, us as a team are completely split.
I think, based on our experience in the chapel, that we came into contact with a female spirit who had some kind of sinister side.
I would say she was good because I felt embraced by peace and serenity.
The whole reason we went into the chapel was because of your experience. I'd like to play a voice for you. This is significant, I think. Show yourself again. I saw you.
Did you do that?
No.
What do you think it says?
It's a whisper.
I hear the whisper in the middle.
It sounds like it could be saying, help me.
Yes.
We tried to be very kind towards her and all that, and we started to antagonize. We experienced women's humming and then a male voice saying, help me. I feel that this male entity might be someone that she'd killed.
We definitely don't think there's any truth to this idea of her as a murderer.
The case in favor of Lucrezia's guilt made by Greg and Molly was a compelling one. But because Hector and Adam had an entirely different experience, we're going to our expert Barbara to get her opinion.
I'm very curious. What happened?
I saw a white haze, and it was very large, and it was getting brighter. And we felt a sense of calm that was brought on by Lukrecja. I believe that Lukrecja could have been innocent.
My mind has not changed. Lukrecji Borgia was a killer in life. She is guilty of what the history books say. And I think my friends have been tricked. She's putting on a facade of being nice. That's what it seems to me and Molly.
Maybe you saw her like an angel because she met you for the first time. And after, when you started to call her out, she had real evil inside.
I think Lukrecja Borgia murdered people and manipulated my team against each other.
I think like you about Lukrecja Borgia.
It's easy to see why historians have debated Lucrezia's guilt or innocence for centuries. We feel confident that we made contact with Lukrecja Borgia. Is the person here Lukrecja Borgia? And that she was able to manipulate us in death as she did others in life.
It was light. It was a very, very peaceful and serene feeling.
By pitting us against each other.
I don't agree with Adam and Hector after our experience in this room.
But after a challenging case, we've all come to the conclusion that Lukrecja did in fact murder men who threatened her family's power and status. Let's hit the road. And now, we're ready to solve our next mystery.